Whether you get your kicks from running into the scav boss on customs, or going for the kilo wins for the little nuggets of goodness, you will have to slow down and focus on tasks. Yes, PvP and playing with the bosses is always fun, most of the time, but tasks is where it's at for leveling. One of the best resources on Escape from Tarkov is the Gamepedia entry for the game itself. I'll include a link in the description below. And thank you to all the contributors and the founders of the Gamepedia entry. Really appreciate it. It has helped many people I've referred to, and even when I come back to a new or after a new patch to find new items or new information on items, this is where I go. I don't always have time to read the forums, so do check it out, bookmark it. It has entries on items in the game, new items, maps, bosses, tasks, very important, and that's what we're talking about today. So, for instance, let's take a look at one of the quests that I need to complete still. And as a new player, well, not me, I already know where it is, but as a new player, where would you find information on this? Well, just search for, let's take Minibus. There, you don't get a lot of information on the task in the game itself, so you can find it here. It'll show you exactly what you need to do, where you need to go, what you need to pick up, and all that good jazz. So the description, same as in game, your objectives, your rewards. From this we can see that we need 3 markers. And down below we have the maps. So it'll give you a brief, it gives you screenshots of the location, but one of the most helpful things are the maps in the game. And here you can see 3 locations. This is the east end or west end of Ollie. The Ollie exit is to the right. This is Ollie right here. And here we have Goshen. You can also see the markings on the wall. And here's Idea. Just mentioning these so you have a point of reference. You can have the map open on another screen or just go do it. So I highly recommend running an offline run just so you can do, well, it's a dry run pretty much. And just like we did in real life, we always had dry runs before we go on specific raids in the Marine Corps, with what I did. So I like to apply that here as well. If you're new, do a dry run, get familiar, build that muscle memory, and go do the real thing. So I'm just gonna, for this video, I'm just going to do a quick offline run. Next, make sure you enable whatever you want to enable. You can enable PvE as well if you want to play around with scavs on the way, make it a little more realistic. So I'm gonna speed through some of these portions here till we get up to the actual objectives. So it looks like we spawned on the northwest end by Idea. That means we have our C marker, our C address area, a C garage area under Goshen. Always look around for other spawn points. You have one to the left by the north end. We have one in the woods over there in that area. So if this was an actual live run, you could possibly have people coming from there. Anyway, so we have, let's try to get a better view here. Always try to use cover. Just play, even if it's an offline run, play like you would in an actual live match. So, hold on a second. So we have the A part. If you look on the map that I referred to on the Gamepedia, and that's B, and then C is going to be at that entrance, and you'll see it on the wall as well. If you go in from this side, you'll see it on the left side of the wall. Let's make our way up there. Here you see the C for Charlie. And we know that one of the minibuses is down this way here. Let's see. Straight ahead of us. I think you can see the ass end of one of them. That one right there. So all you have to do at this point, if this was an actual match, is watch out for other players and scavs and scav players, all that good stuff. So go ahead, if you have the marker, hopefully you have the marker on you. Go ahead and plant it. It says you have to protect it, but I usually just move on. So the next marker, I'm going to speed this up a bit, but the next marker you can find to the left. It's the hole in the floor. You can go around it or underneath it. It really depends on what you want to do. Just pay attention to players that could be looking down from up there if they are already up there. So just situation, it really depends on your specific situation. This is not it. The actual advantage you have to mark is in the back. You will see it in just a second. Just keep going. Get away from the hole. And you have the generator. You should be hearing the generator. And there it is. So there is the hole in the wall and there's the van. Let's mark it real quick. Boom. Tag it. So, point of reference, there is the Ollie escalator, one of them. The one in front of Ollie. There's the generator. And the hole in the wall is, or hole in the floor is over there. That leads up to generic and or G store. And to the middle of the mall. So, generator. And let's go. So at this point you can either go through the garage. Here's the back. I'm just gonna go up the mall or go through the escalator in a second. So if you wanted to go out, you can just go here, go around, and you would run into the next point. But to give you another point of reference in case you spawned on the Ollie side, this escalator is right in front between furniture and Ollie. There's furniture, and to the left we have Ollie. So Dexo is on the other side where I'm aiming right now, or pointing rather. So here you have Ollie. Let's take the front exit or front entrance, however you want to look at it. Let's go down here and run to the left. So that is idea over there. The north, the train, railway exit. And now we're heading to our Ollie, our final marker point. There is the Emercom exit or Ollie exit, however you want to call it. So the intention wasn't to run you through a specific task, but just for the, I made this video just for the concept of using offline runs and using coupled with a good resource like Escape from Tarkov Gamepedia entries. But in the end, it is all about just doing it. And as Nikita described it, this game is very community based. You know, you play with friends, you play with other players from the BSG discords or other gaming discords and communities, but it is to do it together and to learn from experienced players. So let's get the final mark point. It's just around the corner. So there's the Emercom exit or Ollie exit. Let's cut through here and mark this last minibus. And that would complete your task. Now you have to survive this raid. And if you happen to die after this was planted, you don't have to do it again, of course. You just have to come in the raid and exit alive to complete it. So that's it. Well, folks, I hope you learned something from this. It is all about the community, playing with experienced players, learning from them, and using good resources. If you are, and especially if you are a solo player, use the Gamepedia reference, the Escape from Tarkov Gamepedia reference. It's an invaluable tool. I always check back when it's after a wipe, or if there's something new. Like I said in the beginning, I don't always have time to lurk on forums or to read everything that's new. I just go through there, I play the game, I see something new, I go to Gamepedia, look it up, think, oh, okay, cool. They have to the point information, nothing long-winded, like my video is becoming right now. So use it. Hit me up if you have any questions or need help with the game. If you need some Sherpaing, I'm not an official Sherpa, but I've always played with new players, helped them out over the years, and it's something I just love doing. I really love this game. It's even with its ups and downs, it's still been my main go-to game. Something that I am very passionate about. So hit me up, let me know. I'm on the Team Foxtrot Discord. The link is also in the description, and you can, let's go from there. So anyway, as for this specific task, all you have to do, like I said, exit, and you should hear the ding. Next thing to do is to do a live run. Do a few runs of this if you're still not comfortable finding the vans, because there are a lot of vans in the garages that can confuse you or throw you off. So run it a few times, spawn it from different locations, so you can approach them from just about any location. Alrighty, this is Vlad, aka Whiskey, folks, and I'm out.